Seniors, eat these 5 magnesium-rich foods to stop nighttime cramps naturally. If you've been waking up in the middle of the night with a sharp, burning pain in your legs, or if your calves feel like they're turning to stone, this message is for you. Nighttime cramps aren't just annoying. They rob you of sleep, steal your energy, and slowly wear down your independence. But what if the solution isn't in a pill bottle, but right in your kitchen? Hi, I'm Dr. Samuel Hayes, and I've spent over 25 years helping older adults feel strong, steady, and in control, without relying on complicated treatments or medications. What I've seen again and again is this. Most seniors battling leg cramps are unknowingly low in magnesium, a mineral your muscles need to relax, recover, and rest. In this video, I'll show you 5 simple foods rich in magnesium, gentle on your stomach, and proven to help you sleep more peacefully. These aren't exotic superfoods. They're items you may already have at home. If you're tired of waking up in pain, stick with me. By the end, you'll have a clear, natural plan that's easy to follow. And if it helps you, feel free to share it with someone who might need it too. 1. Spinach, the calming leaf. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet powerful foods sitting quietly in your grocery store. Spinach. You might pass by it every week without thinking twice. Just another leafy green. But what if I told you that this humble plant could be the key to unlocking calmer nights and stronger mornings? Here's the truth. As we age, our bodies lose magnesium more easily, and most seniors don't even realize it. Nearly 80% of older adults aren't getting enough magnesium in their daily diet, and that shortage, it often shows up as leg cramps, muscle tightness, restlessness at night, or feeling stiff and sore when you get out of bed. Spinach is one of the richest natural sources of magnesium you can find, but it's not just about the number, it's about how spinach works with your body. The magnesium in spinach helps your nerves relax and your muscles let go of tension. It also supports healthy blood flow, which is critical for keeping your legs comfortable and cramp-free during the night. But, and this is important, how you prepare spinach makes all the difference. Boiling it in a pot of water may seem easy, but it strips away up to 60% of the precious minerals your body needs. Microwaving? That's not much better. If you want to preserve the calming power of spinach, the secret is in a simple, gentle method. Steam the leaves lightly for just 5 minutes. Once steamed, drizzle with a tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil. This isn't just for flavor. Healthy fats like olive oil actually help magnesium get absorbed more efficiently by your digestive system. And if you squeeze a little fresh lemon juice on top, you're doing even better. Why? Because the vitamin C in lemon juice helps triple your body's ability to absorb magnesium from food. Now, let me tell you a story that still inspires me. One of my patients, Helen Moore, a 72-year-old retired librarian from Michigan, came to me after years of struggling with severe leg cramps. Every night, around 2 or 3 a.m., she'd be jolted awake by pain in her calves. Her sleep was broken, and her mornings were miserable. She had tried muscle rubs, stretching routines, and even sleeping pills. Nothing seemed to bring real relief. When I looked at her diet, I noticed she wasn't getting enough magnesium. I encouraged her to start eating lightly steamed spinach 4 times a week, prepared exactly the way I just described. Just a small side dish with dinner or added to a warm lunch. Within 3 weeks, Helen came back with a smile. Her cramps had nearly disappeared. She said, "Dr. Hayes, I finally feel like myself again." That's the kind of transformation that's possible when we listen to what the body is trying to say and give it what it needs in return. If you're thinking, "But I don't like the taste of spinach," you're not alone. But here's a tip. Mix it into scrambled eggs, fold it into soups, or add it to a small smoothie with banana and almond milk. You won't even notice it's there, but your legs and your sleep will. Also, if you're shopping for spinach, always choose bunches with deep green, crisp leaves. Avoid the yellowing or wilted ones. They've already lost much of their nutrient value. And if fresh spinach isn't available, frozen plain spinach is a great backup. Just avoid the creamy or seasoned versions, which often contain added salt and unhealthy fats that block mineral absorption. At home, store spinach unwashed in a breathable produce bag in your fridge. Rinse it just before cooking, not before storing, to keep it fresh and full of life. Now I'd love to hear from you. Have you ever tried adding steamed spinach to your weekly routine? Did it help with your sleep or muscle cramps? Or maybe you found your own creative way to prepare it. Let me know in the comments. I read every message, and your experience might help someone else watching today. Spinach may seem small and simple, but it's a quiet powerhouse when it comes to restoring balance in your body. And for many seniors, it's not just a vegetable, it's a turning point. So next time you're planning a meal, ask yourself, is there room on your plate for something green, calming, and healing? Your legs and your sleep just might thank you. Almonds, the gentle power snack. Now let's talk about one of the simplest, most comforting snacks you can keep in your kitchen, almonds. You may already enjoy them in trail mix or as a light bite in the afternoon. But what most people don't realize, especially as we age, is that almonds are one of nature's most effective tools for calming leg cramps and restoring balance in the body. As a doctor who spent decades working with seniors across the country, I've come to appreciate the quiet power of almonds. They're small, yes, but don't be fooled. Each handful is packed with magnesium, potassium, and healthy fats, nutrients your muscles and nerves depend on to stay relaxed and pain-free. And what makes almonds truly unique is the way they deliver these minerals. Unlike synthetic pills, almonds provide magnesium in its organic, natural form, allowing your body to absorb and use it more efficiently without overwhelming your system. But there's a catch. Most people eat almonds straight out of the bag and expect results. Here's the truth. To unlock the full benefit of almonds, especially for cramp relief, you need to prepare them the right way. And that's something I teach every patient who walks into my office. Here's what I recommend, and what I do myself. Take a small handful of raw organic almonds, about 30 grams, and soak them overnight in a glass of filtered water at room temperature. Soaking does something amazing. It activates natural enzymes in the almonds and breaks down compounds called phytates, which otherwise block your body from absorbing the minerals inside. By morning, those almonds have softened and become easier to chew, easier to digest, and far more beneficial. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. If you want to supercharge your magnesium absorption, pair your soaked almonds with a piece of fruit high in vitamin C, like a few slices of kiwi or a handful of berries. Why? Because vitamin C works like a transport partner, helping magnesium move through your digestive system and into your bloodstream faster. Let me share a story that stayed with me. One of my patients, Robert Jackson, a 68-year-old retired mechanic from Arizona, came to me after years of struggling with severe leg cramps. He had tried everything: magnesium pills, massage creams, stretching, even hot baths before bed. Nothing brought real relief. When I asked about his diet, I noticed a clear gap. No magnesium-rich foods, no natural sources, just supplements that weren't being absorbed properly. So I introduced him to this almond routine, just a small handful of soaked almonds every morning, paired with vitamin C fruit, and no dairy at the same time. Dairy contains calcium, which competes with magnesium in the gut. Robert called me 2 weeks later, surprised and relieved. His cramps had nearly vanished, his sleep had improved, and he felt steadier on his feet in the morning. He said, "Dr. Hayes, I didn't think something so small could make such a big difference." And I hear that often. Sometimes it's not about adding more, it's about absorbing better. Your body doesn't need hundreds of pills. It needs the right nutrients, in the right form, at the right time. So here's a question for you. Have you ever soaked almonds before? Or have you found another natural food that helps with muscle tension or nighttime cramps? I'd love to hear your experience. Drop it in the comments below. You never know who you might help by sharing your story. One final tip. Always choose organic almonds when possible. Conventionally grown nuts can carry pesticide residues that harm gut health, especially in older adults with more sensitive digestion. And store your soaked almonds in the fridge. They'll stay fresh for up to 3 days. The beauty of almonds is their simplicity. No need for fancy recipes. No need for complicated schedules. Just a handful each day, soaked with care and paired with nature's wisdom. It's a small step, but one that can lead to quieter nights, less pain, and a much gentler morning. Sometimes, healing starts with something as simple as a snack. Okay, dark chocolate, a sweet surprise. Now here's something that might catch you off guard. When we think about foods that support muscle health, we usually picture greens, grains, or maybe a few nuts and seeds. But what if I told you that one of the most comforting treats in your pantry, dark chocolate, could also be one of the most powerful natural remedies for nighttime leg cramps? I know it sounds too good to be true. After all, chocolate is often labeled as a guilty pleasure, something we're told to enjoy in moderation or avoid altogether. But the right kind of chocolate, when chosen and prepared properly, is anything but guilty. In fact, it can be deeply healing. Let me explain why. High-quality dark chocolate, especially varieties with at least 85% cocoa, is rich in magnesium, the very mineral your muscles need to stay relaxed. It also contains theobromine, a natural compound that improves circulation by gently relaxing your blood vessels. And when your blood flows better, your muscles stay calmer, your nerves feel less irritated, and those middle-of-the-night spasms begin to fade away. But here's the key. Not all chocolate is created equal. The kind you want is single-origin dark chocolate, meaning the cocoa beans come from one region, places like Ecuador or Peru, where the soil is rich in minerals and the chocolate is minimally processed. This kind of chocolate retains more of its natural magnesium, antioxidants, and calming properties. Stay away from the sugary, mass-produced bars that flood the grocery aisles. They're often filled with milk solids, emulsifiers, and artificial sweeteners that cancel out any health benefits. Now let's talk about how to enjoy dark chocolate in a way that actually helps your body. And yes, there's a method to it. Most people eat it cold, straight from the wrapper. But if you gently melt it, ideally at a low temperature, no higher than 113 degrees Fahrenheit, you actually increase its bioavailability. That means your body can absorb more magnesium with every bite. You can melt 2 small squares in a double boiler and stir gently until smooth. For an added benefit, sprinkle in a pinch of Himalayan pink salt. This might sound strange, but that trace mineral blend works in harmony with magnesium and helps reduce inflammation in the muscles and joints. Now, I want to share the story of someone who gave this a try. Mr. Walter, a 70-year-old retired teacher from Michigan, came to me with one simple request. He wanted to sleep through the night again, without being startled awake by stabbing leg cramps. He had tried everything, from magnesium supplements to compression socks, and nothing gave him lasting relief. He loved chocolate, but had avoided it for years, thinking it wasn't healthy. So I suggested a change, not just chocolate, but high cocoa, single-origin dark chocolate, melted gently and enjoyed 3 times a week as an afternoon snack. Within 2 weeks, Mr. Walter began to feel a difference. His cramps became less intense, his sleep was deeper, and his mood even improved. After a month, he told me, "It almost feels like my body remembered how to rest again." Something I want every older adult to experience, the feeling of your body coming back to balance, not through harsh medications or restrictive diets, but through small, natural habits that bring joy and healing at the same time. So here's my question to you. Have you ever tried dark chocolate with 85% cocoa or higher? If so, how did it make you feel? If not, would you be willing to give it a try for your leg health and sleep? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Your experience might just encourage someone else to take that first step. And remember, store your dark chocolate in a cool, dark place, but never in the refrigerator. Cold temps cause moisture to form on the chocolate surface, which can change its texture and damage the minerals you're trying to protect. So the next time you feel like treating yourself, do it with purpose. Let a square of dark chocolate melt slowly on your tongue. Let the warmth soothe your body. And know that something delicious is also doing something deeply good for your muscles, your sleep, and your peace of mind. G2. Pumpkin seeds. Tiny seeds, big impact. When you think about powerful superfoods, pumpkin seeds probably aren't the first thing that come to mind. They're small. They're quiet, and most people see them as just something you scoop out and toss aside when carving a pumpkin. But if you're someone over 60, who's been waking up with aching legs, twitching muscles, or cramps that stop you mid-step, these tiny seeds might just be one of the most valuable additions you can make to your daily routine. As a doctor who's worked with older adults for more than 2 decades, I've learned that healing often comes from the simplest places. And pumpkin seeds, also known as pepitas, are a perfect example. Just one small handful gives you nearly half of your daily magnesium needs, all from a natural, plant-based source your body understands. But magnesium is just the beginning. Pumpkin seeds also offer zinc, which helps repair tissues and supports immune health. They're rich in plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, which help reduce inflammation and support healthy circulation. Two critical elements when it comes to reducing leg cramps and protecting your joints. And they contain potassium, which helps balance fluids and support muscle contractions in a gentle, steady way. Now here's the part most people miss. Just like with almonds, how you prepare pumpkin seeds determines how much of these nutrients your body can actually use. Many store-bought brands are roasted in vegetable oil, heavily salted, or coated in flavorings that might taste good. But they also strip the seeds of their natural benefits, and even introduce inflammation-causing additives into your system. So what should you do instead? It's simple. Choose raw, unsalted pumpkin seeds, preferably organic. Then, soak them overnight in a bowl of filtered water with a pinch of sea salt. That overnight soak activates enzymes in the seeds, which helps break down anti-nutrients and unlocks their mineral content. The result? A seed that's softer, easier to digest, and far more effective at delivering magnesium where your body needs it most. You can enjoy these soaked seeds as a snack. Sprinkle them over oatmeal, mix them into yogurt, or add them to a smoothie. And if you prefer something warm, toast them lightly in a dry pan for just a few minutes. No oil, no salt, until they're crisp and fragrant. Just be careful not to overcook them, because high heat can damage those healthy fats and reduce their nutrient content. I'd like to share the story of Mrs. Karen, a 69-year-old retired nurse from Colorado. She had dealt with nightly leg cramps for nearly a decade. She'd wake up suddenly, her legs stiff and seizing, and often couldn't fall back asleep. Over the years, she had tried supplements, prescription muscle relaxers, and even physical therapy. Nothing gave her long-term relief. One day, during a nutrition workshop I was leading, I introduced her to the power of soaked pumpkin seeds. She was skeptical at first, but willing to try anything natural. 2 weeks later, she sent me a handwritten note. She said, "Dr. Hayes, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I've slept through the night for 7 days in a row, for the first time in years." That small, consistent habit, adding a quarter cup of soaked pumpkin seeds to her breakfast, helped her body restore its mineral balance and calm her muscles gently and naturally. And that's the kind of change I want you to feel too. So let me ask you, have you ever tried pumpkin seeds as part of your health routine? If not, would you be open to giving them a try, just for a week or two? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments, whether it's a question, a success story, or even a new recipe idea. Your voice could encourage someone else on their journey. Pumpkin seeds may be small, but they carry a powerful message. When we give our bodies what they truly need, healing becomes possible, quietly, naturally, and with surprising ease. So the next time you open your pantry or plan your breakfast, remember this. Sometimes the tiniest seeds can bring the biggest change. 5. Quinoa, ancient grain for modern healing. Let's finish our journey with a food that's as ancient as it is healing. Quinoa. It's often called a supergrain, but the truth is, quinoa isn't technically a grain at all. It's a seed, cultivated for thousands of years in the Andes Mountains, prized for its strength-giving properties. And today, it's making a powerful comeback, for good reason. If you're over 60 and struggling with muscle tightness, nighttime leg cramps, or early morning stiffness, quinoa could become one of your best allies. Why? Because it's one of the richest plant-based sources of magnesium you can eat, delivering about 120 milligrams per cooked cup. That's nearly 1/3 of your daily requirement without needing a single supplement. But quinoa does more than just supply magnesium. It also offers potassium, which helps regulate muscle contractions, and iron, which supports circulation and energy. Most impressive, quinoa is one of the only plant foods that contains all 9 essential amino acids, making it a complete protein. That's incredibly rare for a non-meat source, and it's exactly what your aging muscles need to recover, rebuild, and stay strong. Now, you might be thinking, that sounds great, but how do I actually use quinoa? The good news is, it's versatile, easy to prepare, and gentle on the stomach. But first, There's one important step many people miss: rinsing. Quinoa has a natural coating called saponin that can cause digestive discomfort and block mineral absorption. If you've ever tried quinoa and didn't like the bitter taste, it's likely because that step was skipped. So always rinse your quinoa thoroughly under cold water for 30 to 60 seconds before cooking. For best results, I recommend cooking it in low-sodium vegetable broth instead of plain water. This not only boosts the flavor, but adds more minerals to your meal. Once cooked, drizzle a bit of extra virgin olive oil over the top and add a squeeze of lemon juice. The healthy fat and vitamin C help your body absorb more magnesium and iron, naturally and efficiently. You can enjoy quinoa as a warm side dish, add it to soups, toss it into a salad, or even use it as a base for a hearty breakfast bowl with berries and nuts. It's light, nutty in flavor, and doesn't weigh you down like heavier grains often do. Let me share a story that truly touched me. One of my longtime patients, Mr. George, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio, had been battling leg cramps and muscle fatigue for years. He was active, sharp, and optimistic, but he told me his energy would crash by late afternoon, and his legs would cramp up in bed almost every night. After reviewing his meals, we made one simple change. He replaced white rice with quinoa 4 times a week. That was it. Within 3 weeks, his nighttime cramps had reduced dramatically. A month later, he told me, "Dr. Hayes, I feel like I'm getting my evenings back." His strength improved, his sleep deepened, and most importantly, he felt like he was finally in control again. Now I want to ask you, have you ever cooked with quinoa before? If so, how do you like to use it? And if not, are you willing to give this healing ancient seed a try? I'd love to hear your experience in the comments below. Remember, healing doesn't always come in a bottle or a prescription. Sometimes it's found in a simple bowl of warm, nourishing food, like quinoa, that supports your body from the inside out. So next time you plan your meals, ask yourself this: am I giving my body the tools it needs to feel better naturally? For many seniors, quinoa just might be one of those tools. Now you've discovered 5 magnesium-rich foods that can gently ease leg cramps, support restful sleep, and help your muscles feel calm, strong, and steady, without pills, without side effects, and without guesswork. From spinach to quinoa, each of these natural remedies offers your body the minerals it needs to function better, age better, and feel better. As a health advisor who spent decades guiding older adults, I can tell you, when you nourish your body with the right foods, you're not just managing symptoms, you're restoring balance from the inside out. If you found this video helpful, I encourage you to take the next step. In the description below, I've added links to other videos that cover related topics, like how to improve circulation naturally, how to strengthen your joints, and how to sleep through the night without pain. These videos are all crafted to help you take small, meaningful steps toward better health, starting today. I'd love to hear from you. Which food are you going to try first? Or is there another health topic you'd like me to explore in depth? Maybe digestion, memory, or bone strength? Leave a comment below. Your question could be the next video we create to help you and others just like you.